Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So today I'm sharing with you all the books I plan to read in March. So there's a couple of these that I don't own yet. The first one being Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. I'm reading this for the Eldering Along readathon that's going on, hosted by Becca and the Books. And there's a couple other co-hosts as well. I will leave all the links down below. But yeah, so I don't know much about this one. I barely know anything, to be honest with you. I literally only know the obvious, which is it's about someone that's training to be an assassin. That's it. That's all I need to intrigue me. And I wanted to join for the Eldering Along, so I'm doing that. So the next two I don't have because they're not out yet at the time that I'm filming this. The first one being Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. I've talked about this book enough. It's the sequel to the Infernal Devices trilogy, so I'm not going to go into detail about that. We all know what Shadowhunters are and all that, so yes, definitely gonna read it as soon as I have it in my hands. And then the next one is obviously House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas, aka Crescent City. This one again also I don't have because it comes out actually on the same day as Chain of Gold. This one is Sarah's new series and it's actually an adult romance series. In this one we follow our main character Bryce, and she's seeking revenge of this demon that killed her closest friends. And Bryce is half human, half fae. And then we have Hunt Athalor, I think that's how you say it. So Hunt is actually a fallen angel, and he is now enslaved to the archangels because he tried to overpower them at one point. And so they now gave him the task to help Bryce find this demon and kill it, and then he will gain his freedom out of it. So very, very intrigued. I'm pretty sure the romance is gonna be to die for. I'm pretty sure the book's gonna be absolutely amazing. So that's another one that I'm gonna read as soon as I possibly physically can. Now, for the ones that I do have, firstly we have Furyborn by Claire Legrand. I was actually supposed to read this last month, but I didn't get to it, which is fine. So I'm going to be getting to it this month. I'm a little ways into it now and I'm really, really enjoying it. It is very, very interesting. The main characters are freaking amazing, so yes. So in this one, we follow two women that have lived decades apart from each other, and they both have the power to either destroy the world or save it. So it's pretty much down to their choices what happens to the world and the people that they care about and stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting. I think that their paths cross at some point, so I'm very intrigued to see how that's gonna happen and what's gonna happen when they eventually cross paths. I am very happy to finally be reading this. Anna from Anna Francesca has been raving about this book for ages now. This is one of her favorite books of all time, and she's been pestering me to read it for a long time as well. So Anna, I'm finally reading it, okay? You know about this because I messaged you, so you know I'm reading it. I'm getting there. Next up we have The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This again is another one that I've been meaning to read ever since it came out. I am very excited to finally read it. It's definitely happening this month, hopefully. In this one, we follow a boy named Jack, and Jack comes across this book that has passages from people's lives, and he's very surprised when he sees that there is a passage there from his own life, even though the book is much, much older than he is. So it would be impossible to have a passage from his life, but it clearly does. And also there is a bee and a sword and a key on the book, and so these lead him to some people and it changes his life forever. And yes, this is all I know about it. It's not much. I don't want to know much. I'm just very excited to read this. Next up we have The Last Wish by Andrzej Kapskowski. I think that's how you say it. I probably said it really wrong. This is a collection of short stories based on The Witcher. This is the TV show cover. I absolutely love the people that do the characters in the TV show, especially Yennefer. Yennefer is my favorite character of the series. I love her so much. So yes, I'm very excited to actually read this. I've watched the first season of the show. So I'm very, very excited to actually read this so then I can continue on with the series. If you don't know what this one is about, we follow Geralt of Rivia, and he is a witcher. So pretty much he's a sorcerer and a killer. He kills monsters, that's what he does. He wants to rid the world of the monsters. However, he often finds that not everything that looks monstrous is evil, and not everything that looks nice and pretty is actually good. This is an amazing series. It's got magic and love and all kinds of things. I love it very much. Next up we have Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. This is the third book in the Grisha-verse trilogy, and I am very excited to complete this trilogy. I really enjoyed the first two books, so I can't wait to dive into this one. So obviously I can't say much about this one because it's the last one in this trilogy, but the first one follows Alina Starkov as she discovers she's a sun summoner and has the power to possibly save the world. I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this is about, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm very excited to complete this trilogy and to read the next books in the Grisha-verse. Next up we've got Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. So this is another one of those that everyone and their mums and their grandmas have read apart from me. This has been around for years. I don't know how or why I haven't read it. I absolutely adore vampires and stuff like that, so I really need to get to this. So in this one we follow Lisa, and she's a Moroi princess, and she's pretty much a mortal vampire with like a rare gift, so I think she's got like some kind of magic, and she must be protected from the Strigoi, I think that's how you say it, which are like the bad vampires. They're the immortal ones and the very bloodthirsty vampires and stuff. And so to protect her, Lisa has Rose. Rose is her best friend, and she's half human, half vampire, which makes her a Dhampir or something like that. I'm really not sure about these names. But pretty much the half human, half vampire people protect the Moroi royalty people from the bad vampires, and I'm very, very excited to read this. Next up we have On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. If you've watched my February wrap-up, which I will link up there, I absolutely loved The Hate You Give, and so I went ahead and picked up her other book, and I'm very, very excited to read this one. This one follows a girl named Brie, and she wants to be a rapper more than anything. Her father was a underground amazing rapper, but he was killed before he made it really big. So she feels like she's got these huge footsteps to fill, and now suddenly her mom has lost her job, and so they're on the edge of poverty, and she now more than wants to be a rapper, she needs to be a rapper so she can help her family and help herself. I'm very excited to read this. I know it's gonna be very impactful, just as The Hate You Give was, so I can't wait. So then I plan to reread Heartstopper Volume 1 and Heartstopper Volume 2, so then I can read Heartstopper Volume 3. So Volume 3 has just come out a few weeks ago, and I do vividly remember what happened in the other two books. I just really want to reread them before I read Volume 3 because I really enjoy them anyway, so I'm very excited to be reading these three books in March. If you don't know what these are about, we follow the love story between these two boys. One of them is out as gay, the other one thought he was straight until he met the other, and now he's trying to deal with all the things that come with not being straight. So yes, this is the cutest love story ever. The art style is the cutest ever, so very, very excited. And then lastly but not least, this is another one that came from my February TBR that I didn't get to, and that is the Let It Go Twisted Tale. There's a few like Twisted Tales out by now, but this is one that calls out to me the most because I love Frozen. I'm actually obsessed with Frozen 2, so yes. I'm very excited. This one basically just says, what if Anna and Elsa never met and didn't know about each other? And I was just like, sold, take my money, I need to read this ASAP. So yes, this cover is very gorgeous. I love it so much, and I'm so excited to read this book. This is also quite short, so it shouldn't take me too long to read, so Yes, very excited. So that is all the books that I plan to read in March. Let me know what your reading plans are if you have an ambitious TBR. I feel like mine is a little bit ambitious, especially knowing that Crescent City and Chain of Gold are both quite big, and then The Starless Sea is also quite big. I do have a couple of short reads to kind of balance it out, but I also have quite a few long ones, so wish me luck, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, hope you have a great start to the month. Hope you're doing all kinds of well. And as always, I will leave my Twitter, Instagram, Goodreads, all that jazz down below so you can talk to me on there. And I'll see you on my next one. Bye!